Sag, welcome to your intimate tarot reading or sexual energy read. Most of my collectors are used to this reading type. They know what it is, they know what it's about. So let's say you're new or it's been a long time since you've seen one of these. I've done away with a long intro, and just to let you know everything you need to know about intimate tarot, what it means, why I read it, what's it about, what you can expect, will be in the description box. Yeah? There you go. And like always, take what resonates, leave it does not, reverse those energies as you see fit. But I will say, if you read that description box, information, and intimate tarot, and you're still confused or you're ethically, morally conflicted, don't watch it. That's it. Pass it up. No offense taken. That's it. What's going on? Show me that Sagittarian, intimate, and/or sexual energies, please. Show me that Sagittarian, intimate, and/or sexual energies, please. What's going on, please, for Sag? Show me Sag. Show me Sag. What's going on, please? Show that Sagittarian energy. Show me. Let's do one more. Show me Sag, please. Okay. For you, the world. Oh, my. The moon. Oh, my. Okay. Nine of Swords. Eight of Swords. Yes. Blind leading the blind. It's yours, however, I will say, has more promise than that which is attached to you. All right. The Star. Okay. Next several weeks and or months. Four of Swords, Page of Swords, the Three of Pentacles. I think you're right. Whatever this is not an intimate relationship. Not thoroughly. Not in the way that I think you want to experience it and had hoped you would experience it, or you did, and it no longer is. You don't know it yet, but a cycle is imminent. And I don't say that to scare you, I just want to inform you. There's a sexual cycle here that is complete, and with it, it seems the reality of it is going to follow that. Okay. So, if you're in one of those situations where you don't want to quite hear this, this is a good time to take an exit. Okay, because the Sag I'm looking at, you're not ready to see this yet, and neither is the person attached to you. But like I said, there's more hope attached to you than there is to them. Right now, it's currently blind leading the blind. You both still think you share a common goal, the Star. You don't. For you, on your opening the world and the moon, that which you do not want to see, feel, or completely accept yet, that's going to come out soon. There's a cycle here that's imminent, and it's overdue. Okay? But us admitting it to ourselves, and we don't want to, or we're not ready to, that stuff gets shoved under the moon. So am I surprised? No. There is an emotional difference, sexual difference, or real-world difference that says this no longer adds up the way it used to. But I can't fully see it, or I'm not ready to acknowledge it yet. That which is attached to you is not good. 8 and 9 of Swords, it's just all head activity. It's all mental anguish. It's all, they're always in their head. There's no relief in there. There's nothing. Their intimate energies, therefore, are always locked up like this. But it's at the mental level. That's a hell of a grip in one's head. That means that they are hyper-aware and try not to be hyper-aware, that they don't have the intimate expression towards you, and they themselves are lacking it or feeling it naturally or organically. But it's all locked up. Lots of locks on that particular door. And over the next several weeks and or months, Four of Swords, Page of Swords, Three of Pentacles, we have just now allowed ourselves to open up to the idea in a very small way in our resting moments that this doesn't really feel compatible with the Three of Pentacles. Big difference between having a star with somebody and knowing that you do, and it actually might just be Three of Pentacles. Perhaps this is just best friends, as perhaps you two are really good friends, but it's not intimate, not like that. Okay? And getting there, they won't allow themselves to see it, so that means somebody has to. You're the one that's closer to that than they are, I believe. Let's start with you. But as I said, reverse energies as you see fit. I'm going to go ahead and combine the world and the moon here. They are 100% related. Show me that world and the moon, please. I know you two had the intention, and perhaps you once did, of showing the star high levels of being each other's wish fulfillment sexually otherwise. emotional compatibility, spiritual compatibility. That's the hope with the star between two people. Their intimate energies match up. It's something of the gods. It's lined up by the stars, right? And you probably both aimed for that once upon a time. You both pulled in that direction. You both had that goal. We're each other's far-reaching consequences forever and ever. So the goal between you is just understood that that's the goal, but neither one of you can actively see it or experience it. Okay. In other words, I don't think it's in a place of achievement anymore. Okay. I want to see where your real intimate self is. The Sun, the Queen of Pentacles, the Fool. Yeah, see, your real intimate self, the one that's actually based in reality with the Queen of Pentacles, who would like to feel the warmth and security of a union that is loving, and the emphasis here is warm. You have a huge emphasis on warmth. You want to feel warm again. Loved, nurtured, and cared for. It would be the Fool. You desire freedom to pursue those things, but you haven't come to terms with it yet. Okay? You miss being in touch with your body. You miss being in touch with not just sensuality, guys, warmth. The Sun plus an element, an earth element specifically, is access to love and nurturing and just touch, basic human touch. Okay? And then the Fool's here. It's way under there. You desire, somewhere in there, a brand new beginning for yourself where you actually feel touched and warm and cared for and secure. Secure emotionally, secure sexually, but altogether, I would say appreciated. That tells me if you have a lack of warmth and touch, then that means you have a lack of care and concern. It's not just what you see, guys. It's also reading in between the lines. Okay? Yeah, but that hasn't come forward yet. The truth of it, that that's just what you want. It's still there under the moon, but that moon time is coming to an end with the world. Eventually, like I said, you had more promise of understanding these things than whoever's attached to you. Speaking of which, let's jump on over there. I'm not picking on them, but when you have that many padlocks on the door, you're not getting in. Okay, their intimate self is so locked up. It's so locked up tight. That means if they can't access it, neither can you. Hence, why you have a lack of warmth and touch and feeling like you are personally cared for or considered in the everyday world. That's a problem. Let's see that 8, 9 of Swords. I don't know how much work either of you have put into this and rectifying it. But if that is your subconscious self that's trying to come forward, I think that star is going to tell me quite a bit. Let's say that 8 and 9 of Swords with this person. Let's say that 8 and 9 of Swords. Show me the 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 8 and 9 of Swords. I'm seeing the number 17. I do not know why. 17 may or may not be important to you. Of course, 17 is the formal number of the star. So perhaps some of you have some very interesting Aquarius in your chart. Perhaps Aquarius season, which we are still technically in, was very important to you. I'm recording this while we're still in Aquarius season. And then the 17th might be a number value for some of you. That's important. And then also, of course, we have the 9 and 8 of Swords together. Again, create 17. Interesting. 7, blockage. Page of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, blindness. It's a blindness. There's so much blindness. Do not trespass. I don't want to understand myself further or my intimate energies. Never mind you. You're not allowed. They're just not allowed. Not allowed. You're not allowed. It's no wonder you're not allowed anywhere near this person's mental, emotional, intimate world. I don't know why they're there. It doesn't look like they want you there. That's so much denial, active blocking, but it's mental. I will not allow. They're in your world. Let me make that clear to you. This person's in your 3D world, but you're not allowed to be in their world. The internal one. They don't open up to you. They're not vulnerable with you. Why are they there? I need to see this start, because that's active blocking and the devaluing of understanding why. So as I was saying, if this cycle is imminent, then that suggests we've either been trying to heal this for years and it's been unsuccessful, or neither one of you is really interested in trying, but you just assume to have the same goal year after year. And that happens with people all the time. And then it's like you get to that point where you're beyond repairs. So this person's not showing me anything about repairs. They're locked in their head and they have no interest in opening up. I don't even know if they have the keys anymore, honey. Like, seriously. You can see that star between you two. That's why I said one of you has hope. You just don't know yet. It's under your moon about what looks like, I'm going to go ahead and say it, your rightful desire for a new beginning. If it wanted you in its world, it would open up towards you. That's it. That's it. And if they are that closed off and they can't see it, never mind work on it, what are you supposed to do? So the sooner that moon, the sooner the world claims that moon, the more you can embrace this natural energy for you and natural rightness for you. Okay? Because it's like cut off. Dead end. Do not trespass. I won't let you in. Then why are they there? What's the point? You know? Let's see that star, please. I'm all for healing if people want healing, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying an absolute refusal to understand themselves and why they're so cut off. They just know they don't want you in. No pun intended. Let's see that star, please. I want to see what the big hope here has been between you two. I have no idea how long you two have been connected. Oh, my goodness. Okay, the Hanged Man. Yeah, that star, the goal, the dream has been suspended. In other words, it's non-active. This relationship, Four of Wands, Page of Cups, someone can't open up invulnerable and express themselves. I wonder who. They have their reasons. I get this. But you don't... Man. It's like knowing someone's shackled to the rear end of your car and you're driving knowing that. Why would you do that? Why would you drag someone along for your ride and you don't know where the hell you're going? They understand they're in something with you. There's a relationship here, but its meaning has lost all value with the star. In other words, you two no longer reach for the same goal. Under your moon energy is a precious you that's real and authentic and has every reason and want and desire to feel alive and feels that it can't as long as it's attached to this. And this doesn't want you anywhere near it on the inside, but for some reason you two accept each other in your physical worlds, and I don't know why. This star is suspended, and this whole we'll get back to it bullshit is exactly that. It's bullshit. The Four of Wands here, this relationship and specifically what it means is suspended, from what I can tell, indefinitely. Because we can't open up to the same thing. The willingness to admit that we're in a relationship but not much else. It is what it is at its face value. Both of you are having a hard time accepting the truth of that this is the face value of it. Only you have the prospect of wanting more for yourself, as you should. I think they lost their keys, honey. And you can't make someone do the work of finding them if they don't want to find them. They're not looking for answers. But they do anticipate for things to stay as is. You have to ask yourself, is as is enough for me? Do what this person cannot. Don't be blind. And don't be blind for what's right for you. Between the two of you, at least one of you has a chance for something more. I don't know why people get into relationships just so they can ignore it, lock it down, not be vulnerable, not be open, not share life. What's the point? What's the point? So I know they're going through something, but that doesn't mean you get to drag someone else along. They don't even have the pretext of figuring it out. So just imagine getting in the car to drive. You have no idea where you're going and someone's chained behind you and you know it. And you have no fucking clue where you're going. It's irresponsible, it's damaging, and it's awful. Don't drag people along because you don't know what else to do. That's called being used. Having a safety blanket. I don't know what else to put in the car with me. Most certainly not you. But I don't actually want you in the car, but I want you to come along because I don't know what else to do. So they're dragging. I feel like you're being dragged, honey. And you're more than someone's backup plan or safety net. And you're so much more than that. Everybody is. All right? Don't use others and don't allow yourself to be used. I just don't know how you can have somebody go along like that and then act like they're not supposed to be in the car with you. It's horrible. I don't know now. So anyway, 4 of Swords, Page of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you need that reflection, honey, and you're just now beginning to see that perhaps at most you two could be friends, if that. Okay, fine. Accepting the reality for the way it is, bravo. Somebody had to do it. But is that enough for you in your reality, knowing it? That's usually half the deal about denial. It's like if I accept the truth of it, then I'm held responsible for that knowledge. Then I have to start making decisions, right? So that's why a lot of people be like, no, it's fine. We're just off track with our goals, and we have been for 3 years, but that's fine. They're not interested in changing, healing, going to therapy or whatever. But, I'm sure things will be fine. Right? We don't want to do that. You have such a lovely natural warmth and countenance around you. They don't see it, they don't appreciate it, and I don't even know if they can see and appreciate their own. I have no idea. Okay, I don't think so. 9 of Cups, 6 of Cups, the Knights of Pentacles. I see you resting on this idea of love. And the 6 of Cups here, Soul Bond energy, Knight of Pentacles. One moment, please. I'm going to get to this Page of Swords. This feels different. I don't know why, but it feels different. People hate it when I say that, but it's true. It feels different. Are we reflecting on someone? Who are we reflecting on? From that Page of Swords? Who are you reflecting on? I see you reflecting on somebody. Your energy is moving towards it very slowly. You just don't know it yet. It seems to represent a form of self-love in your eyes. It's through a unique soul bond. It is not this. It's reflection. It's a thought. And it's actually incredibly sweet. It's actually very innocent and sweet. The Emperor, 4 of Pentacles, the King of Cups. We hold on to a heart space that's not ours. You don't mean to, but that's where you drift. Because it's the last time you felt that you had something that cared about you. You hold it very dearly in your heart. The Emperor, 4 of Pentacles, the King of Cups. The fullness of someone's heart weighs on you in your quiet time. And it makes you feel strong, even though if you feel you don't know what to do with it, it makes you feel strong. That's because this is the last person you met or connected with that let you in here. That didn't shut you out. It's very intimate, and like I said, it's just sweet. It's reflective and it's sweet. It's the last time somebody connected to your heart space in a way you understood, made you feel appreciated, connected, and loved. You reflect on this person. Once more, just to emphasize in case we are confused, it is not this. I know it drives people crazy when I say, who is that? Or this is someone else. And that's because it's true. Energetic ID is a real thing. Did you think this person was just going to turn around after 0 work and be like, I totally remember the value of our connection, how much I love it? Yay, I didn't have to do any work. Go team, no work. That's just not how it works. Spiritual, emotional, and mental connectivity is not like that. In order for something to work, you have to put work into it. This person has 0 insight about their intimate energies. I don't just mean sexual, guys. I mean vulnerability. I mean love, intimacy. That's under lock and key. I don't even know how many locks they have, but it's a lot. And I'm pretty convinced they lost half the keys. In order to unlock those kind of doors, they'd have to be willing to work first on themselves. Never mind with you. There's a reason why your energy is so different from this. And this is so different from that. So I have some sort of precious soul bond that, again, on your quiet time, 4 swords, page of swords, you reflect on. And as far as I can tell, it's the last heart space that you interacted with, that you understood, loved you. And you hold on to it. With the Emperor here, he doesn't fuck around with that. The Emperor's actively holding on to that 4 of Pentacles. It's a rather sizable heart, too. I just know that it loves you, because you think about that a great deal. Rather, you feel it. It's not even going into a place of thinking, is it? It makes you actively feel. Let's see that 3 of Pentacles. Show me that 3 of Pentacles. Show me that. Why are you showing me them, though? Is it reflection? Right? The last time you felt emotional reciprocity and care and nurturing love, care, and support. What does that feel like compared to what this is? Is that what that is? That's normal. It is, it's normal. Human beings were hardwired to compare and contrast. How else do you think we learn? I'm not saying it's easy, it's not fun. But it does help you, give you a measure of what is reasonable and what is unreasonable. Energy is no different. We're all made of it. Okay. 3 of Pentacles, show me that 3 of Pentacles, show me that 3 of Pentacles. Show me that 3 of Pentacles, show me that 3 of Pentacles. Mm-hmm. 5 of Cups, 8 of Wands, Queen of Wands. Mm-hmm. Your confidence rises towards this situation the more you express yourself towards it and call it for what it is. What happens after that conversation, I don't know, but I see you finally addressing it, which you need to. Okay. Going back to this situation right here and the connection you have with it and the non-active star relationship, 4 of Wands, it's legit, some sort of legitimate relationship here. But we no longer had the same vision about being open and vulnerable. It doesn't mean the same thing to either one of us anymore. Let's be real with that. I see you actually being bolstered up with the Queen of Wands. You are softening your energy towards this, okay? But when you engage with it, you mean it. I think you're trying to show me a certain level of sensitivity towards this. And basically what you're doing is that you're calling it for what it is. Let's be real. We're friends at best. And you saying that, 8 of Wands, you saying that, bringing the truth out, gives you confirmation of it because it can't be denied anymore. Once it's talked about, once it's discussed, what is out there on the table, there's no more room to hide, no more tiptoeing around a difficult issue, no more being delicate, but you are trying to be sensitive. But there's a difference between I'm trying to be sensitive to your feelings, but also being delicate means we get nothing addressed either. So somewhere in between those, you're compromising. But you are being open with your communication and how disappointing 5 of Cups, emotional intimacy, or rather lack thereof, as well as physical intimacy, 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles is not a lot of physical intimacy in any sort of relationship. It's cooperative at best. But it's not exactly over the moon, is it? It's not inspiring. Doesn't make you feel inspired, and it doesn't make you feel connected. How can it be? It's the Three of Pentacles in a sexual construct. In other words, think about having sex with your best friend. Feels a little gross. Exactly. Five of Cups. So the emotional and physical intimacy and how disappointing it has been, how low it is. It's not about frequency, guys. It's about how you feel deprived. Remember, that's how you opened up. That's coming forward. I told you that world is cycling that moon out. In other words, the stuff you've been keeping hidden is got to come to the surface. The biggest thing by far for you is that you feel heavily inclined and naturally inclined towards a new beginning. I don't blame you. But I don't see you having finished this up. I see you engaging in the conversation that's overdue. But mark my words, honey. As you speak your own words, your confidence rises because you know it's correct. Right? When we start embracing the truth and people show me spikes in confidence, it's because they're speaking true. Based on that conversation, hopefully you'll have a better idea of what to do with this. This over here, this particular portion, this soul bond that hits your heart, or it's the last time you remember something hitting your heart in a way that's soft and felt good. 9 of Cups. You felt loved by this. You felt emotionally secure in it in some way, and your heart would still point in that direction. I think it served its job as a soulmate or a soul bond, or however it is you want to describe it, because I see it as reflective, not active. Know the difference. This is reflective. It is not active. The only thing active about this connection is that you've held on to the love energy of it and how it hit you or impacted you. You seem to be using this as a reflective point of what it should be in this, and it's not. Again, we compare and contrast by nature and design to help us understand what on track for ourselves should look like. Not to compare ourselves, not to keep up with the Joneses, okay, but to understand this is probably what this should feel like. Right? Yeah. Absolutely. I'm just glad that you're talking about it. How it happens after that, I don't know. I'm just capturing the next several weeks to months. That's it. So I honestly don't know. But you will. We need to have that conversation to find out. And it needs to happen because you know what, honey? I don't know what the response is going to be. It's so tight and rejecting. But you already know that. That conversation is really to kind of start the process of doing something. I don't know what you hope will come from it, but I'm just happy to see you addressing it. And you're doing it well. Trust me on this. It's going to feel weird as hell in the moment, but you're doing it well. I promise. Okay? It does not suit to have this stuff linger. It has to be addressed. Otherwise, there's not a shot in hell for it to be fixed, never mind improved. And I think that's what you want to know. Does this have a shot in hell of being fixed or at all improved? Because I got a new beginning in me, and I got to figure out if I can honor that or not. So do you and I still have a star, or is that always going to be suspended? It's interesting, in reflection of this, your Emperor pops out. It made you feel strong. It bolsters you. It bolsters your sense of emotional confidence because you can really remember the last time something hit you in the heart and it was authentic. I don't know who that was, but the soul bond served its purpose in some way. Gratitude. Law of attraction. Good point. Letting go. Letting go. Showing gratitude is the law of attraction. So, if you are grateful for this situation, it will show. Okay? But do not confuse gratitude with life choices. I should be grateful. I hear this all the time, and it shows in its own way, and I understand where it comes from, and it's not that I don't get it, I do. But saying, well, I could have it so much worse, that's not a prize. It's not a consolation prize, and it shouldn't be viewed as one. I want you to have gratitude for what you have managed to do and achieve, and you and this person. I'm sure you have a whole history. I'm not saying here today. But the thing is, gratitude works both ways. And here we have the law of attraction. If you're really not into this anymore, and it shows from the inside out, you're attracting it right back. So yes, by all means, show gratitude. for what is real and what works, not for what doesn't, because you will continue to keep attracting it and it will not change. Because from this person, if they are as far in denial as I think they are, it's like, well, if they were unhappy, they wouldn't be here. So I guess we're doing just fine. Hence, no offer for work, help, restoration, or healing. I don't want you to use this sense of I should be grateful as a means to settle for less. I see it all the time. It's a common misconception. But that's like saying to a child who needs their needs met and love and everything else, saying, here's your allowance of love and your basic needs being met. Be grateful for that. You know what that child's going to do? Absolutely, because they don't know any better. As an adult, however, be grateful for the things that work and appreciate where they came from and why. Was that built on dedicated work, effort, and principle? Or the opposite of that? Because there is an idea here that you need to let go of this idea of constantly keeping yourself in check for all the wrong reasons. Grateful what? That somebody puts up with you? Grateful that someone hasn't completely shoved you out of their life? It looks like they already have, mentally, emotionally, and intimately. Accept your worth. Not what it is somebody else says that this is what you're worth, because you attract it right back. Be careful. Yeah, and here's this other person, past life. I know, this is soul bond. I don't know if you believe it. You don't have to. I'm not trying to force you to believe in anything you don't. Past lives, I typically just interpret that simply, easily, effectively as soul bond, which does not have to be romantic, but it can be. There is a soulmate from a past lifetime that affects you to this day. Yeah, I called it. Right there. Yeah, I told you it was someone else. But for some reason, I see you with these something there. I couldn't see it. Some of you really got yourselves trapped into this gratitude thinking, well, it's either this or nothing. And that usually is a reflection of growing up lacking of resources in some way. Talk about unconditional love or something like that. Well, I should be grateful for my fire. It keeps me warm, even if it makes me miserable or sometimes it's out of control and completely destroys my life. But hey, it's a good fire, though. You're going to keep getting it back. Same way. So, when you grow up learning to live on less, people show me the gratitude thing a lot. I should be grateful. It's not much, but it can be small. Yeah, absolutely. Whatever size it is you have in your life in terms of how much you have, so long as it benefits you and it's good for you, then by all means be grateful for it. But if you're like, well, it's scraps and I should be grateful for my scraps, I think you need to rethink what it is your sense of self-worth is. Okay? Anyway, because you'll just keep getting it in another form or another. Less than, settling, scraps. You've heard it before. You know. Whereas over here, this past life, it looks like they gave love that was unequal to who you are and what you're worth. So remember that. Anyway, I'm just glad right here towards there it is, unspoken truths. Thank you. Unspoken truths. I was just about to say on the tip of my tongue, I'm glad that you're having this conversation. It's clearly overdue. And take it from there. Based on the results of what they say, if they're still in denial, still unhelpful, or they refuse to admit that anything's wrong or that they need to improve, you have an answer. It just may not be the one you want. But I'm happy to see that you are discussing it. Okay? It's necessary, 100%. Understanding. That's what I'm saying. I think some of you are very understanding. You have a strong understanding about this. But I think some of you, that sense of gratitude and I should be grateful for what I got, even if it doesn't do well for me or by me or doesn't particularly care for me, I think some of you are overly understanding. Again, it comes from that need. I need to keep this. And I'm not really sure why, but I don't want to question it too deeply. I want some of you to think about that. Okay? You will accept and the love in your life that you think you deserve, and the same is true for rejecting it. Some of you will reject the things that you love in this life because you think it's not good enough, or that you're not good enough. You see what I'm saying? I want you to take a look at that. Because I can tell you now, whatever this is, isn't good enough. It's not. Okay? Okay, we have the great white shark here, sign of Scorpio. The rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, always busy, always on the go, no time to say hello, goodbye, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. Some of you are always in the busy bee and you wish you weren't. The busy bee's in reverse. I think some of you spend a great deal more time towards this than it does towards you. I'll tell you that. We have the medallion of Gemini. We're seeing the word intelligent, the letter Z, and the cat. Yes, please listen to your intuition. Sag, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well.